It's Tuesday, and Tuesday usually means that it's a teaching video, but I feel like talking Tuesday. I feel like talking today. I just feel like chatting because there's been some gear announcements from Canon that have excited me and annoyed me. So I want to talk about the Canon EOS RP and what I love about it, but also what makes me so mad about it. So let's get into it. First of all, what I love about the Canon EOS RP, and if you guys want more details on this, from Jared Polin, Fro Knows Photos, did an awesome, really in-depth review on it that I'm gonna link up here. If you want more details about the specs and a full review and that stuff, go check that out. If you want rambling and ranting, here. Anyways, the Canon EOS RP, when I saw the announcement, I was like, a full frame camera for $1,300. I think personally that this is going to be the highest selling mirrorless camera ever made, or at least made to date. It essentially gives a massive amount of people access to full frame cameras that they wouldn't have had before. I think it's massive, and I think it's going to be massive for Canon. And yes, the specs people and the specs guys that hang out on YouTube channels and the forums are going to talk about things like a lack of 24 frames per second at 1080p. They're going to talk about the fact it's got a 6D Mark II sensor, which never got great reviews. But the average consumer doesn't care. They're getting a full frame camera for $1,300. That's incredible. And that's what I love about it. But it's kind of also what I hate about it. I hate the fact that I paid full price for the Canon EOS R, which was $1,000 more expensive, when I don't feel like there's $1,000 worth of value in this compared to the RP. That's what makes me mad about the RP. If we think about the things that this has that the RP doesn't, yeah, it does faster frames per second photo-wise. Yes, it can do 24 frames per second at 1080p. Yes, it has this manual function bar, which I could really live without, to be honest. And it's got the LCD on the top, which again, I could live without. But does it really have $1,000 worth of value more just because it has a better sensor? And because it can do 24 frames per second at 1080p? I really don't think so. And it almost makes me think that Canon released the R with the idea that this was going to be like a prototype to show off some new tech, as well as a data generating tool where they could throw this out in the field and then see what people really thought about it, what they liked about it, what they hated about it, and then improve in the future. But I don't want to be a part of an experiment as a user. I just want the best product. And I almost feel like Canon shouldn't have released the R. What they should have done is they should have released the RP along with like a big time super pro version of the R, like a 1DX replacement, and have both sides of the spectrum. They could have had the entry level and they could have had the pro. The R, which I have and I purchased, kind of lingers in this in-between area where it doesn't really have any need, I guess, as soon as the pro version comes out anyway. So it kind of annoys me that I have the EOS R, but that being said, it has grown on me so much. And even though I think it's probably now overvalued, I do love it, and I do think that I even like it more than my 5D Mark IV. I'm also mad because I want the RP. And I'm mad because I just bought the R. And I'm mad at myself because I feel like I'm falling into this trap of consumerism where I just always want the newest thing all the time. And I'm mad because I do think I can actually justify it because I have a YouTube channel that I can talk about it and that I can kind of use it as an investment in my business. And I do think that I probably will get the RP, despite the fact that I feel like I kind of got ripped off. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the future of my gear. I have right now the 5D Mark IV, which I've been shooting stills on. I have the EOS R, which I've been doing vlogging and video on, as well as street photography. I think that I will buy the EOS RP. I get to Singapore at the start of March, and I think I'll probably buy it there. And I don't think I'll get rid of the 5D Mark IV just yet, but I do think that if I really am happy with the video quality of the EOS RP, I will probably ditch the 5D Mark IV and then just kind of like simultaneously vlog with both of the R mount cameras. I like the fact that the RP is only 440 grams and super light because I'm finding my Ronin S to be really kind of almost a deterrent to filming. Yes, it's a brilliant tool, but it's really hard to vlog on, it's really hard to film myself on, and by using the lighter RP, I feel like I could, you know, switch to a lighter gimbal like the Weebill or something like that. And then, of course, I can still use the Ronin for really epic cinematics if I need it. So I think that that's probably the way I'm leaning. I'm also really excited about a couple of the lenses that are coming out. Let me talk about those really quick as well. Canon announced the development of 6 lenses that are going to come out hopefully by the end of 2019. There's 2 on that list that have me just like so excited. One of them is the 15 to 35 millimeter f2.8, and the reason I'm so excited about that is because I feel like it'll allow me to actually get rid of 2 lenses. I'll be able to get rid of my 16 to 35 f4 and my 14 millimeter f2.8. I kind of use those lenses for totally different things. Essentially, I only use that 14 millimeter for star photography, whereas with a 15 to 35 f2.8, I could essentially merge those 2 lenses into one and it would save room in my bag. The other lens I'm so excited about actually is the 70 to 200 f2.8. I didn't miss my 70 to 200 f2.8 for a really long time. I switched it in preference of the 100 to 400, which I really love this lens. But since we've been in Asia, I've been missing that lens. I've really been missing the f2.8, especially out at nights or in lower light situations and stuff like that. So I feel like I want the 70 to 200 again, but because of the amount of space it takes up in my bag, I don't feel like I can really justify it until now. And I'm not sure if you guys have seen photos of this 70 to 200, so I'll lay one out over my face now, but it looks like it's gonna be one of those lenses that, you know, pushes in and out, and it should save space in my bag. Because the problem with my bag isn't necessarily the weight of it, it's just that I don't have room. Because when you have telephoto lenses like this, they need to lay flat in a bag like this, and it essentially takes up 2 or 3 slots that you could put in a lens. The 70 to 200 potentially looks like I'd be able to stick it in my bag like this, which means that if I got rid of the 14 millimeter, I could replace it with the 70 to 200 and not really add much in terms of size to my bag. So those things got me really excited. I'm excited about the EOS RP. I think it's gonna be probably the most used vlogging camera on the market, especially once, you know, things like that 24 to 240 millimeter lens come out. I think that pairing will be huge in the vlogging world. I'm excited about the future again, and I mentioned this on the EOS R video when I talked about my thoughts there. The thing that excited me most about this camera wasn't anything in this camera, it was more just about the future and what was coming, and the things that are coming out right now and that are being developed, they're really exciting. And I'm super stoked for the future. Now, I want you guys in the comments section to let me know what gear you're excited about. I don't care if it's Canon or Sony or Fuji or Pentax or Nikon. In the comments, let me know what gear you're stoked about right now, what gear you're thinking about buying, and also let me know your thoughts on the Canon EOS RP. As for the vlog, in a couple days, I have a vlog where I'm going to talk about Taiwan and my photos from Taiwan, kind of the mini portfolio I put together from my time in Taiwan. And then after, I'm heading to Batanes here in the Philippines to do some landscape photography and some nature photography, and it should be a lot of fun. So I'll see you guys there. Peace.